Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another video. Thank you all very much for tuning in. I hope you're all doing well. And in this video, we're going to be going through the top 10 fragrances for the winter of 2016, and these are fragrances that are chosen by you guys, by my subscribers. So a while back, not too long ago, I posted a video where I asked my subscribers to comment down below with the fragrances that you plan on wearing the most this season, and here it is. I've compiled the list. It took me a couple hours because it was such a long list and many fragrances got mentioned, but I managed to narrow it down to the top 10 fragrances that were mentioned most often. Now, I didn't make a distinction between designer or niche, between inexpensive and expensive. I said whatever fragrance you guys are planning on wearing, let me know. I gave you the opportunity to mention as many fragrances as you wanted to mention, and here they are. Here are the top 10, no honorable mentions. Let's just go ahead and get into the list. So the number 10 fragrance actually happens to be one of my favorite fragrances. I'm currently on my second bottle. I've had many samples of this. I love wearing this fragrance, incredibly versatile, and it could be in any seasonal list, to be honest with you, because it's so versatile. It's by the company Creed, and it's called Aventus. Now this one, you all know about it. Pineapple, apple, birch tar, black currant, vanilla, amber, jasmine. I mean, so many great notes in here. One of the most versatile and also one of the most complimented fragrances that I have ever have gotten my nose on. Number 9 on this list was actually very close in the number of votes that Aventus received. This one, I think, maybe received like 1 or 2 more votes, surprisingly, and I think it's very fitting for the fall and winter. This is a designer by the company Viktor & Rolf, and it goes by the name Spice Bomb. This is one of my favorite fragrances of all time, along with Creed Aventus. You guys have really good taste. And this one is kind of like a balmy, spicy, tobacco, pink pepper sort of scent, composed by Olivier Polge. Also happens to be one of my favorite perfumers. Great scent, also pretty versatile. Has a little bit of sweetness too, so I like wearing it on a night out. Number 8 on my list is yet another fragrance composed by Olivier Polge. He has actually a few fragrances in this list. This one has not been talked about as much lately, but still receives a lot of love, and I'm really happy to see that because it's another one that I enjoy, and it's by Van Cleef & Arpels, and it's called Midnight in Paris. This one is actually very different from Spice Bomb. It's balmy, has like an iris note in there, a little bit of almond. Some people would even go as far as saying it's powdery, but it's a very classy scent. Number 7 on this list is a Thierry Mugler scent. A lot of Thierry Muglers got mentioned, from the original Amen to many of the ultra and pure flankers. But this one is Thierry Mugler's Angel Men Pure Havane. Now, this one has the note of tobacco in there, but it also has a lot of the notes from the original Angel Men. So that DNA is in there in the background. It has that sweetness, it has that patchouli, it has that caramel, but this fragrance, of course, has more of an emphasis on the note of tobacco. I think it's great. Some people even say it smells like a cherry sweetened tobacco, and I totally get that, but you know, it does change from person to person. So if you have never tried this one, make sure you give it a try. You might actually be quite pleasantly surprised with the way that it smells. I also love Pure Havane. It might actually be one of my favorite flankers, if not my favorite. Number 6 on this list is a fragrance by Tom Ford. A lot of Tom Fords also got mentioned. Tuscan Leather got a few mentions. Noir de Noir got a few mentions, not as much as Tuscan Leather. Also, Tom Ford's Noir Extreme, which I think is the best designer release of 2015, that also got a lot of mentions as well. But the one that really took the cake, the one that got the most mentions, is Tom Ford's Tobacco Vanille. Man, I'm not surprised with this one. Fantastic scent. Definitely my favorite Tom Ford private blend. This one that has tobacco, like a spiced vanilla with some cinnamon, some other spices in there. It has an air of sophistication about it, but it also has this nostalgia component to it as well, because, you know, I mean, I've had many family members who have smoked pipe tobacco, and it smells rather authentic. Number 5 on this list is a fragrance that I actually don't own. I went to reach for it, it's not even there. Number 5 on this list is Parfums de Marly Herod. Herod is a great fragrance. It has a sweetness to it. It has a tobacco note. And I know Parfums de Marly gets a lot of play in the community. Of course, we have fragrances like Pegasus and Go Dolphin and even Oajan, if I'm maybe mispronouncing that, which is a really nice alternative to Ambre Narguilé by Hermès. But this one, I think, is kind of like the niche version of Pure Havana, and it has gotten a lot of hype, and I can definitely see why people like it. I don't own a bottle of it, unfortunately. I was this close to buying it at a full retail price a couple of years ago until a member of the community told me that it can be had for a significantly cheaper price from some other place online, but I never bothered to do the research, so unfortunately to this day I still don't have a bottle, but I may be picking one up in the near future. So number 4 on this list is yet another Thierry Mugler. It scored a little bit better than Pure Havana, and I can see why, even though I think I still like Pure Havana a little bit better, but this one is called Angelman Pure Malt. Now, pure malt, of course, has the note of malt. It has a boozy characteristic, but again, it's sweet like the original Angelman with that caramel, ethyl maltol, kind of like sweet vanillic overtone that you get from it. It's a really nice scent. Definitely a great scent if you're going to go out there to a party or a club or a bar or a night out on the town. You have a sweet tooth, you're craving something a little bit sweeter. I think this is a phenomenal pick. And I definitely see an overlap or a correlation among these scents because many of them have a sweetness to them. So number 3 on this list is a solid scent. Actually, the Eau de Toilette and the Eau de Parfum got mentioned, but the Eau de Parfum got mentioned a little bit more than the Eau de Toilette, so I picked the Eau de Parfum to represent the majority of the votes. And this one is by Dolce & Gabbana, and it's called Dolce & Gabbana The One, and this is, of course, the Eau de Parfum version. It smells just the same as the Eau de Toilette. At times, I'm convinced that it's a little richer and deeper and denser and boozier, but nonetheless, when it dries down, it does smell almost identical, if not identical, to the original The One. So for that reason, I kept it in there, but it's a nice composition by Olivier Polge. Again, it has an amber note, it has tobacco, it has some other spices in there, some resins. It's a really nice, sophisticated scent. Number 2 on this list is a fragrance that has been out now for many years, and it still gets a lot of play today, probably even more play today than it did when it first came out. And there have been many, many flankers to this scent, and this is the one that hailed victorious. This is the one that came out on top by Christian Dior. This is called Dior Homme Intense. Now, the Dior Homme Parfum got mentioned a few times, not nearly as many times as this one. This one is a nice creamy iris, ambrette, pear, sweet, vanillic, resinous kind of a scent. Fantastic composition. I mean, I'm really, really impressed by what Christian Dior has been doing lately. I'm even a fan of Dior Sauvage, which a lot of people say smells kind of bland and generic, but I get a ton of compliments from it. It has a really nice freshness to it, and I really like what Christian Dior has been doing lately. So let's go ahead and finish it off with the number 1 pick. I wonder if you guys can guess it. If you guys can guess it, leave a comment down below right now. I'd be really interested to see, are you guys going to guess what you picked to be number 1? And a lot of people picked this scent, somewhere close to 50 people. It got like close to 50 mentions, if I'm not mistaken. And this one is, I'm just going to go ahead and let you guys know, let the cat out of the bag, is by Yves Saint Laurent, and it's called La Nuit de l'Homme. And this is the original. The Parfum version got mentioned, the L'Intense version got mentioned a few times, but this is La Nuit de l'Homme original. Of course, some people talked about the formulation, whether it's the original or the reformulated version. I bought it shortly after it came out, so I have the original formulation, but it's a great scent. I find it to be a little bit powdery. It's, once again, sophisticated and elegant. It has a cardamom note, so it has a spicy overtone, but it's not overwhelming or overbearing, and it's certainly not cloying. I think it's a really great scent, gets me a lot of compliments, and I can definitely see why you guys chose it as the number 1 scent. Also happens to be one of my favorites in my collection as well. So there you have it, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in to your list, your video. These have been my top 10 fragrances chosen by my subscribers, and a lot of these actually happen to be my favorite fragrances as well. So you guys have excellent taste. Thank you so much for watching. Actually, please don't forget to subscribe for future videos, top 10s, giveaways, unboxings, and a lot of other content. And I want to conclude by saying thank you very much for watching this video. Please stay tuned for the next one, and I'll see you guys soon. Take care.